Now we are going to start the element first. That is one topic is there health. The question comes into our mind, so what is the health? Health, it is the absence of ill health. Absence of ill health means the well-being of the person. His body and mind is working. He is fit to work, to take any type of decision from the mind. It means he is full fit and fine. Full fit and fine to do any type of job in the organization. So we can say that person is very healthy or healthy simply. So it is the absence of ill health. We can go through the definition. The protection of the bodies and mind of people from illness resulting from the materials, processes, or procedures used in the workplace. They are trying to explain that the worker's body or anyone working into the organization in the workplace, his body and mind is protected from the any materials or machine we are using, any chemical or any process or any special process we are using at the workplace. So his body is protected, and due to that he is not going to have any psychological problems also. He is free from the any type of ill health. So we can again read the definition of the protection of the bodies and minds of people from illness resulting from the materials, process, or procedure used in workplace. The term health can be defined as a state of well-being in both a psychological and physiological sense. Physical, physiological, and psychological sense. So this is a definition given by the WHO. The person can be healthy who is physically fit, and from the mentally also he is fit. So the definition also this definition also we have to write. The health can be defined as a state of well-being in both a physiological and psychological sense. We are going to see some examples like absence of toxic chemical at workplace. So no chances of fatality. If any toxic chemical is there, so there is chances that chemical may leak and the person may die. And some chances of fatality may happen. If the workplace is so safe that any type of toxic chemical is not available, so the person will be happy, they will be healthy. Absence of excessive noise, so no chances of NIHL. NIHL is noise induced hearing loss. If too much excessive noise is there at the workplace, the there are the chances that workers may become the temporary or permanent deafness they may feel. So if the excessive noise, so we should be removing the excessive noise. Excessive noise is going to create a lot of problem for the human ears. Absence of high temperature at the workplace, so no chances of sunstroke and the dehydration. If the temperature is too high at the workplace, some areas in the world, the temperature reaches up to the 48 degrees centigrade or 50 degrees centigrade, and in the mid of the day the worker is working, the whole body blood is going to be sucked by the heat of the sun, and the person become the dehydrated. Due to that the person will fall sick, he may feel giddiness. If he the heat is not controlled by the body, he may get the sunstroke also, or heat stroke also he may get it. So we can see the high temperature is going to create a problem for the human health or the worker health. So we are going to remove this high temperature. So by providing so many control measures, the person will be healthy. Absence of poor ventilation, so no asphyxiation. If a person is working in a confined space where the ventilation is not proper, some dangerous gases also may be present or lack of oxygen, the person may get the asphyxiation. He is not having the easiness of taking the breath. So there are chances he may fall inside the confined space, he may collapse inside the confined space. So if we provide the proper ventilation, like this asphyxiation is going not going to happen and the person is safe. So again we just reiterate one more time, the what is the health? It is the absence of ill health. It is the absence of ill health, and both the definition we have to write into the exam. Now we come to the safety. The first and foremost question comes in front of us. What is safety? Safety is the absence of risk of accident. Any risk is not available at the workplace, so there is no chances of any accident. And protection of people from physical injury. Yes, people are protected from the physically injury. Like machine is guarded, any machine is guarded. Yes, so dangerous part is not coming across to the human or to the worker. The term safety can be defined as the absence of danger or physical harm to person, extending in the workplace to things such as equipment, materials, and structure. Again, we will just try to explain this. The safety can be defined the absence of danger, there is no danger present, or physical harm, physical injury to the person, extending in the workplace, extending in the his workplace, in the organization, in his company, in his site, to things such as any equipment, it may include the machinery, any materials and structures, or anything else related to anything which can harm to the person. There is chances of some any accident from that risk, anything it can include. We see some examples. The absence of hazard such as fire. Fire is a hazard. We know here the hazard is anything that can potential to cause harm, that is known as the hazard, which is very which can be any chances of any accident from that, that is known as the hazard. Such as fire. Fire is a hazard. Fire should not be available at the site if any chemical company is there. Electricity, it should be a controlled manner, electricity should be used. Plant and machinery, that should be guarded. Too much noise should not come. Excessive noise may lead to deafness. Vibration should not come. Too much vibration can lead to the vibration white fingering or the blanching of the human fingers or whatever the part is coming into contact to vibration. Protection from physical injuries, like we are going to put the guards on the machine. So person may not in contact with the dangerous part, hot surfaces. For the electricity, we are going to implement the LOTO system, lockout, tagout system for electrical panels. So unauthorized or incompetent people cannot go without permission and they cannot do any electrical work. So what is the safety? Is the absence of risk of accident and protection of people from physical injury. Now we come to the welfare. What is welfare? The provision of accessibility of basic facilities to maintain the health and well-being of individual at the workplace. Provision of access basic facilities, so daily routine facilities, like the person has to go to the workplace, he will wash his hands, yes, he will go to toilet to clean his body, he will wash his face. Basic facilities, sanitary facilities, yes, washroom facilities, yes, during the lunch time in the hygienic place they are going to go and have a lunch. The basic facilities to maintain in the health and well-being of the individuals at the workplace. It applies to all individuals, yes, all workers, all people who employees working in the organization. Welfare relates to the provision of the workplace facilities that maintain the basic well-being and comfort of the worker, such as eating facilities, washing facilities, and toilet facilities, which enable them to fulfill their bodily function. Even then, the person may be anywhere, he has to complete his bodily function, whether the person is available in office, whether the person is available on site, whether the person is available at home also. He has to complete his daily bodily functions. So that bodily functions should be completed in such a manner that he should not feel any problem at the end of the day. So is the rule also that every company has to provide the basic welfare facilities at the workplace for all the workers. We see some examples like washing and sanitation arrangements, the provision of drinking water, good drinking water, all the wholesome drinking water, proper lighting at the workplace so people will not get struck, with each other or any raw material. Accommodation for clothing, if they are going to some lab or entering into the dusty site, they have to change their clothes, and their provision should be there to keep their clothes separate. Seating arrangement, if the work profile say that they have to work on a computer or DSC, display key equipment, the seating arrangement should be provided. Eating and restroom also to be provided. In the lunchtime, they have to go, and the proper eating facilities should be provided. So the all the employees or workers can sit in a hygienic place and can have the lunch with the proper controlled environment condition. So this we see the welfare. Again, we will reiterate, welfare relates to the provision of the workplace facilities that maintain the basic well-being and comfort of the workers, such as eating, washing, and toilet facilities, which enable them to fulfill their bodily functions. Now we come to the one more definition: environmental protection. We already know our environment, in which environment we live, in which nature we live, in this world we are living. The earth is our mother, in which everyone is living in that. So we have to protect the earth by, that is the our environment. It includes not only at our workplace, our area wherever we live, where the air should not be contaminated, water should not be contaminated. Yes, and all the flora and fauna, whatever the trees, plants, forests should be protected to protect the environment. So this is a very global topic. We can speak a lot of time for this environmental protection. The every country is doing lot of effort to save the environment, whatever in the manner they can do it, they are trying to do. Yes, in the terms of carbon footprint and etc., they are doing it. So environmental protection may be defined as a measure used to prevent harm to the environment of the world. It prevents harm to air, water, land, and natural resources, providing protection to flora, fauna, and human beings and their interrelationship. Yes, some examples we see: the protection of animals, plant life, water should not be contaminated, land also should not have the contaminated or should not be used, fertile land should not be contaminated with some chemical, we should not establish the industry on the fertile land, and air quality, flora, fauna, and their interrelationship. Flora and fauna is like whatever the relationship ecosystem between the animals and all these greeneries in the world, that is known as the flora and fauna. Through the process, noise reduction, prevention, and protection of the environment by providing abundant diesel tank. For example, if the diesel tank we are using, we are making a peripheral boundary on the wherever we are storing the diesel tank. Yes, if the any diesel is going to spill, it may mix with the groundwater and may spoil the groundwater. And if we fall on the ground also will be contaminated. If we going to vaporize to do any other fire or something, it going to contaminate the air also. So we have to protect all our air, environment, flora and fauna. We have to provide some spillage control procedure and the waste disposable procedures, etc. We have to implement in our workplace so our environmental can be protected. If we are using some any water used for the any cleaning activities or any process activities, so we have to make the STP, sewage treatment plant, or ETP, effluent treatment plant. So by filtration of that water, we can discharge it to the earth, or otherwise we can use it for any another purpose at our workplace itself. So we have to protect our environment. That is also global concern. Now this is about the studied about the health, safety, welfare, and the environmental protection.